Welcome to another video. Data Steel Chess. The Wimbledon of chess is back this year. It's been ongoing for a week right now, and there have been some very exciting games, and some of you have been asking me to make recaps of interesting games, and today I'll cover only one game. But this game is a very interesting one. So stay tuned, and now let's dive deep into it. So you have a picture here. Nodirbek Abdusattorov was playing with black pieces against Jorden Van Foreest. So, and after e4, Nodirbek played c6. Some people on stream have been asking me why top grandmasters don't play Karakan. But guys, we see a Karakan on the board in a very serious game, in a very serious tournament. And let's see what happened. And Van Foreest plays the main line which gives white the best practical edge. Like they gain more space in e5 line. Like he's not going for, let's say, knight c3, he takes c4, knight d4. He doesn't go for let's say c6, knight c3. He goes for main e5 advanced Karakan. So bishop f5, main move, and here I haven't seen c4 in a while. Like h4 is one of the main moves. h4, there is like a trap for complete beginners. Let's say black decide to simply develop like e6, trying to develop their bishop. There is g4, and the point is after bishop g6 there is h5, and bishop g6 is trapped. And if bishop e4, you can just go f3, and bishop will still be lost after h5. c4. c4, honestly, I haven't seen it. Some sort of, like, I haven't analyzed it yet, but it's interesting to see what white prepared here, but it's definitely not the main line. Black plays 6, knight c3, bishop b4, knight d2, knight d7, just continue simple development, a3, bishop a5, b4, bishop c7, and white got a lot of space. White got a lot of space, but as you can see, the evil bar is showing the position is completely equal, because still it's not clear how white are gonna gain advantage here. Like they don't have any, you know, serious threats yet. They gain space, they probably have a better position to play, just easier to play, but still requires a lot of serious work here. Knight g3, attacking the bishop, and for some reason bishop g6 is actually a mistake. But bishop g6 is the move which probably 90% of grandmasters would play. Even myself, I would play bishop g6 just to make sure I don't trade this bishop for the knight. Bishop g6, h4, and now Jorden gains even more space. h6, h5, bishop h7, queen g4, now attacking pawn on g7. And now Nodirbek plays rook g8. And you already might see that something is going wrong. Like Nodirbek plays bishop h7, all his pieces are very passive. Look at this bishop on c7, knight on e7, this knight is not developed, and even if it goes to d7, like where it's gonna go next, b6, like the position is just slightly worse, and you might see the evil bar going right above the half mark here. Bishop e2, he takes c4, bishop c4, and now knight goes to d7. So Nodirbek took the pawn, and now he freed up the space d5, and he's trying to go knight b6, knight d5, and take control over d5 square. But instead he chooses a plan to go knight f5. So why he didn't like knight b6? Knight b6 was a move, and then knight bd5, but also queen d7 is a good move. Just maybe prepare long castle. Yeah, white potentially might start attack on queen side, but still, you know, very unclear what's gonna happen. But Jorden goes for castle, and we might potentially get opposite colored kings, because basically black are not able to castle short. The only way right now is either to keep king in the center, which is usually not the best idea, or castle long, what we will actually see in the game. Knight f5, bishop e3, queen e7, and now b5. So Jorden is trying to tell Nodirbek you won't castle long. If you castle long, I'll basically use all my pieces here, I'll open up d file, b file, and checkmate you. And Nodirbek is not scared, he's playing c5. He is blocking d5 line from potentially 2 rooks and plays c5. Knight f5, bishop f5, queen f3, and now he goes castle. Look guys, those guys are not afraid of anything, like queen f3, almost attacking here. I mean, potentially open b, c files, even though there is bishop, but still, it's possible. And after knight d5, which is basically like a peace sign, he's trying to checkmate Nodirbek. Nodirbek plays e takes d5, bishop d5, and now, I mean, I would probably never play a move Nodirbek. Like, I would, first of all, I would never get in the position, in this position specifically. And I want you, if you haven't seen the game yet, I want you to try and find the best move in this position. But I'll continue analyzing the game right now. He made the brilliant move, guys. It's not knight e5. It's not, let's say, some bishop g4, bishop e4. Those moves don't make sense. He plays king b8. I mean, that's just absolutely mind-blowing move. You give up a pawn on b7, and let's say bishop b7 happens. There is c takes d4, bishop d4. After knight e5, black took all the pawns in the center, and now they're taking the initiative and probably will end up winning the game. Since now it happens queen f5, there is rook d4, and black are simply up a piece. Queen f5. Now Jorden took the piece back, but let's see what happens. Knight e5. Now rook attacks the bishop, knight took the pawn, he takes e5, rook d5, attacking pawn on e5. Now f4 is played, protecting the pawn. Position is better for black now. Rook d8, queen e4, f6, a4, takes. So takes. F takes e5, rook e5 basically would lose the game due to rook e5 and rook e3. So Jorden plays a5, he's trying to deliver checkmate, he's trying to open some either b file or a file and deliver checkmate to black's king. Queen a8, attacking pawn on b5 and still putting pressure on the c4 pawn. e6 takes, bishop b6, f takes e5, bishop c7, bishop f4, rook d4, queen e2, and we came down to probably one of the craziest things, the craziest moves you might ever see. So here Nodirbek plays another brilliant rook f4, and after rook f4 he plays queen e5. The point is now queen e5, bishop e5, black are completely winning, they have 2 pawns, and let's say trade straights, rook f1 takes, and I can simply go king c7, king c6, and those pawns will eventually promote. Black are completely winning, but here what Nodirbek had to calculate is insane. There is rook a4. Basically the point is, oh no, my queen moment, but there is a checkmate on a8 square. So Nodirbek had to calculate 14 moves ahead to play rook f4 move. He had to calculate queen h2. Now after king f1, queen h1, king f2, rook f8, king f3, rook e8. After king d3, he has to move c4. The point is, after rook c4, obviously we can just go rook d8 and then take the rook. And so what would have happened after king c4 is not b5. Alright, not b5. I think it's queen h4, and but for some reason I thought it was b5. And basically here black are winning the game. So a lot of interesting lines. I'm not sure how exactly the line was going, but there were some moves with basically move. Maybe computer is not able to find it. Like b5, nah, queen h4 has gotta be a move. And then there was some b5 at some point, which is absolutely mind-blowing. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. Like, all this had to be calculated ahead of time in order to win. So in the following position, instead of going for this line, Jorden played Queen A2, and now the position for black is completely winning. Queen 3 was played, Rook F2, Bishop G3, attacking the Rook on F2. It's now pinned. All white have to do is continue with checks, and here once again B5 in D5. I mean, you know, that's what differs like top gems, let's say, from people like 2500 gems, from people like me. They're not afraid to go in D5 in the following position, where the full board is full of pieces and they're still going for it no matter what. So, and I mean, it's incredible. He had to calculate all this to find king d5 in the end, and now he's completely winning, even though, you know, it's not king of the hill, but it's a winning position. So queen b7, king c4, queen f7, rook d5, and now there are no more checks. Rook c1 doesn't work, rook c2 there is a pin, queen can go to f4, can go to d5, rook a2, bishop f2, rook f2, queen d4, and basically Nodirbek ended up winning, because in the following position Jorden Van Foreest admitted his loss, and Nodirbek is actually one of the leaders at this very moment when this video comes out. I'll also record a recap on the games that Vladimir Fedoseev played against Arjuna Rigasi and Fabiano Caruana, because that guy is insane. He beat both of these guys, two 2800 guys. Vladimir Fedoseev is not the name you might be aware of, but he's a very strong grandmaster. I'll record 2 games recaps on this, so hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what other recaps you want to see. I'll see you in the next video tomorrow. Bye bye.